Welcome to Emotionally Evicted. We're your hosts, Mandy and Tami, sisters, survivors, and women who are reclaiming our lives one unapologetic story at a time. We're not therapists, just two women who've been through it, healed it, and aren't afraid to talk about it. This show is our eviction notice to chaos, codependency, and generational dysfunction, and your permission slip to reclaim peace, power, and your damn self.
This podcast is brought to you by Illumina Ops Solutions. We specialize in streamlining your systems, scaling your business, and getting you the hell out of the weeds. Because growth shouldn't feel this hard, and we've got the solutions you never saw coming. Visit illuminaops.com to start reclaiming your brilliance.
Hey there, welcome back to Emotionally Evicted. If you've ever caught yourself saying, I can help him, he just needs love, patience, or the right woman to believe in him, this episode's for you. Let's talk about why fixing him was never actually our job.
Send him back to his mom. Solution done.
Nice.
End of episode. No.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
Where we want to start at.
Lots to unpack.
Yeah.
Well, we got why women with trauma are wired to fix. We can talk about how it shows up in relationships, and then what it looks like when we finally put that burden down.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I unfortunately feel like a lot of women who have been through trauma in their early childhood, maybe because they couldn't control the outcomes of what was going on in their life, maybe tend to take on these, I'm going to call these men projects, because let's be real, they're not fucking men. Okay? These projects to try to save them or fix them or whatever the case may be. And I also feel like these projects also really feed on that energy of, oh, she's going to help me. She's going to fix me. And so it just like intensifies even more and makes it even worse. Instead of them being like, I am a responsible adult who is responsible for my own thoughts, feelings, and actions. And I need to take accountability for myself and be the best I can be, not only for myself, but for my partner, so that we can feed into each other and build each other up. So.
That's good. That's real.
Yeah. I feel like.
So essentially, oh no, go ahead.
I was just going to say that's just like how I feel like it should be. But unfortunately, I don't feel like all women are like I've said before, and for me, myself, like I'm not like out actively seeking these people out. Like, not at all.
Right.
But they, yeah, but they do come into my life, and I don't know, maybe for myself, it's more of like not giving up on them. And I want to, like we said, we always want the best for everybody. But yeah, there's got to be a point where you realize that the project is not going to pan out, and you send them back to the mothership and be done.
I mean, personally, I think the mothership is where the problems could have started, but that's a whole other episode.
Yeah.
Today we will talk about, I think maybe a good way to sum it up would be unlearning the survival skill that made us these mini therapists in every relationship, not just men. It could be with friends too. And recognizing that this pattern comes from trauma, not from us being too caring. Because sometimes I do get onto myself. I'm like, why do you have to be so caring? Why do you have to, why? And I really need to recognize that this was something I learned. And so, I mean, at least for myself, like in childhood and early relationships and all that, it was learning that love equaled caretaking and earning love by being useful, which I think is why acts of service is the main way that I show love to people, by
Yeah.
doing things for them. But it's also why I'm very successful in my business. So, I mean, what are you going to
Yeah.
do?
There's always a flip side to everything. And luckily,
Yes.
we are aware, like we've been saying, some people may listen to this and be like, these bitches are fucked up. Okay, yeah, we know. We know. That's why we're
We
here. We're working on it. Get off our ass. So,
I mean, listen, at least for myself, and actually I think you and I have had this conversation. I don't really go see therapists anymore because I've literally had several therapists tell me, like, you're oddly very self-aware. And they felt like they couldn't help me
yeah.
because I was already so self-aware. And at least one of them, I felt like we ended up talking about more of their stuff than my own stuff. I'm like, what happened here? So, I mean, it's like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't really go the therapist route anymore because I feel like I am so self-aware. I do know what's going on, that I have to just do this inner work myself to figure out how the dots connect and undo some things in my life. I mean, I
Yeah.
feel like for myself, growing up in the chaos that we did, it taught us to scan for danger and to manage everyone's emotions. And so then that made me hyper aware. And it's kind of like becomes this, if I can fix him or if I can fix this person, maybe I'll be safe. Like maybe I'll be safe with them. I don't know if that makes sense, but
No, it
I kind
does.
of feel like that's what I do sense.
Yeah, that totally makes sense. For myself, I don't know like why I continue. I think it's really more of a like I've brought myself up out of from the bottom up, and I know other people can do that, and it like brings me satisfaction to see that happen for other people. And I
Yeah.
really need to stop and realize like not everybody has this, not even close to the same drive or ambition. And a lot of people will say all these things that they want to do, and they don't actually mean it. Like they're just feeding off of my energy and wanting me to continue to pour into them because people just by, we're inherently selfish. Humans are inherently selfish. Like it's a protective instinct in within ourselves, to stay alive.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so that instinct comes out and people just take, 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 take and don't do anything
Mm,
with it. And here I am, an
yeah.
empty cup because I've poured everything into this person and they're not doing shit for me. And
Right.
here I am, like, all right, and nothing's happened. So, and then I have this unfinished project. So, um,
Exactly.
uh,
We can call it the high of the helper, like HIGH. So, I mean, it feels really good at first, being needed and being the calm one and feeling special because they open up to us. And then eventually we have this resentment and exhaustion, and we're basically their emotional mother.
yeah.
And this can be guide, you know, or friends, whatever. So, yeah.
Damn, I
And
think you
then
like
we get
really
the,
hit on something there because there is that, like, that really resonated because there is like that high of wanting to help people. And
Yeah.
it's almost like these people are sitting there, like tuning everything out, but like acknowledging, like, oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. And you're like, okay, yeah, they get it. And you just keep on, keep on. But they're like, they don't hear shit. It's going in one ear and out the other. They ain't doing nothing with it. Like, nothing is happening. And then, like,
Yes.
at the end, you're just sitting there totally drained. Nothing's happened. They're still in the same position, still, even with friends, still complaining about whatever situation it is that they wanted advice on. And I think everybody has somebody in their life who will ask for advice. They don't do shit with it. And they just like almost continue to want to complain about whatever the situation is, but do nothing about it.
Right.
And,
Yeah.
particularly with, fixing him, these projects that we've taken on in our lives, like, I'm sticking with that shit. They're fucking projects because they definitely were not men. So I feel like a man, someone who steps into your life, sees that what we come have to offer, like our empathic, like how we pour into people and we're just so loving and caring. And they nurture that and feed back into us instead of draining it all. So these past relationships that I've had personally were definitely projects. They weren't fucking men because all I did was drain everything from my soul.
Right.
And I have nothing to show for it. So, yeah,
Oh, no.
that was my little
Yes.
rant
Yeah.
for today because I get really hyped up because it is, and I need to just use that anger to fuel my discernment of people because it is so
Mm.
fucking frustrating that having these relationships where I've like tried to build them up, try to pour into them, and they just,
Right. Right.
yeah, don't do anything.
Right. Okay. So here's like 3 reality checks for us and anybody listening that are coming to mind. And they're like hard hitting. Okay. So we are not his, her, their, anybody else's therapist, rehab, mom, or emotional life coach. If they are an adult, they are accountable for their own healing
Yes.
because nobody else has done our healing for us. Like we've literally had to make the choice every single day to be our own therapist, our own emotional life coaches, our own like life giver, figuring out why we do the things that we do. Like we've decided to do that on our own because we want to be the best that we can be. And I really think that we need to hold other people to that standard.
Mm-hmm.
So there's that. And then love does not mean being the project manager for someone else's growth.
Mm.
And the most difficult one for me because I love to manage a good project.
I mean, that's what we do. That's like our careers.
Right. Right.
Yeah. Huh. Very good point.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, we have been our own self help stations and have continued
Oh,
to
yeah.
grow and evolve. And maybe I need to start looking, I don't know that I like that. Looking at people like investments. Like, are they investing in themselves so then I can invest?
Oh, that's
Or
good. Okay.
I've been really studying up on investing in the stock market, which I'm doing very well. Sidebar. But
Oh. Okay. So here's some things that I think we could do.
okay.
might be very difficult. Learning to sit in the discomfort of watching someone struggle without stepping in.
Ooh.
I know, because I'm an excellent fixer. I have all the good ideas, and let me just do it for you because you're going to fuck it up. That's my idea.
That is so
So, yeah, I'm gonna I'm gonna struggle. I already know it. Um, then reparenting the part of ourselves that panics when things feel out of control.
yeah, like stepping back and taking a breath like, "Did I cause this? Is this really my
Ooh,
problem? Is it
yes.
really a solution that I can offer that's gonna fix anything, or is it something that this other person really needs to take ownership of and fix themselves?"
Yes. Okay, so with that, in the theme of choosing partnership over caretaking, I think we could change our dialogue, like when somebody's sharing something with us, from "What's wrong? Let me help," because I'm great at that. I mean, we're excellent, to "That sounds really hard. What do you think you need to do about it?"
Ooh, shit. Reverse
Mm,
therapist. Uno,
right?
reverse card.
We insert the Russell Hartley laugh and head nod.
I mean, yeah, we love some Russell Hartley. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's so, so true, and I really think listeners really who this resonates with really need to sit with that, like, taking a breath before speaking even. When someone presents a problem, taking a step back before you jump in head first to fix their problem, and, like,
yes,
is this really something I need to pour my energy into? And,
right.
like, what are they doing for themselves to fix the problem?
Is it really yours to fix or is it
Yeah.
theirs?
Yeah, because most of the time it is their problem, and as of recently, I've really started and I mean, this sounds like such a bitch thing to say, but it's just like, I mean, not a whole lot of people have really, like, stepped up and, like, fixed our problems, and we've been
Oh, yeah.
fine. So, like, tough love,
This is true. This is
like,
true.
really. And I think you really hit it, like, we don't like the discomfort of not jumping in, and I think that's where people struggle. I like
Yeah.
you said you do, I would, and there's been some, you know, instances lately where I'm really proud of myself because I have not jumped right in to help somebody. I've just taken a step back, and it's
Mm.
uncomfortable,
Oh,
so
yeah.
uncomfortable, but
Hmm.
they've been fine and they figure it out, and even if they didn't, like,
Right.
you know, it's I don't wanna say, like I sound so terrible, like, "Well, it's their problem, not mine." But, I mean, it kinda is like that, like,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know?
I mean, if we weren't there, they would still have to figure it out for themselves.
True, true. And I think this
So
really
here, oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I feel like this really applies in those relationships where the other person is not fulfilling or not filling your cup. I'm not talking about like the really healthy relationships where you are each other's like source of growth and, building each other up and all the things. not what I'm talking about. These are for those relationships that friendships or, these projects that you have where you just like really continue to pour into them and you've gotten no return on investment, no ROI. So
Yes.
starting to step back and take a break before you dive in. And especially if it's been a person or project like you've already invested a lot of time in, that is going to be hard because they are all going to almost expect you to jump right in. So there's going to be some
Oh,
very awkward silences in conversations when they're telling their problem and you're going to want to just like jump right in with a solution or whatever. And like Mandy said, like, if you feel like you got to fill that silence, fill it with, well, what do you think the solution is? What are you doing to fix it?
yeah,
You know,
that is true.
this, yeah, this is where that applies, not those healthy men or friendships that you are able to, you both are fulfilling each other. So this is like how to cut these projects off and these friendships who just
Right.
are not it.
I say when we stop rescuing, we make space for partners or people, friendships, whatever, who choose growth and not people who rely on us for it.
This is true.
Their journey, their journey is not our journey. Like, I think thinking of it in terms of like, yeah, like support you, whatever. I can give you advice every now and again, but at the same time, like you have to make your own choices at the end of the day. I mean,
Yeah,
I can tell you all day long what I would do in your situation, but at the end of the day, it's your life, it's your choosing. Um, it is hard when you have those people though that continually come to you for advice and you're just kind of like shit or get off the pot, man. Like
yeah.
I I can't I can only tell you the same thing so many times. But then I also think the universe is probably looking at me like, ma'am, hi, hello. Bueller with the
Yeah, 100%.
again, self-awareness. I'm aware. So yes.
Yeah, same.
I I think for myself, I've been trying to notice the signs of like when I'm in I call it like my fixer mode instead of just like I don't know what my other mode is, but I have fixer mode and she's usually always on. And so I'm trying to be aware. So, like, if I feel anxious when somebody's upset, or if I'm like making excuses for their behavior, or if I'm measuring my worth by the level of their improvement, like, did I help them enough? Have they grown? Like, that doesn't fucking matter. Like, I'm still a queen. I'm still worthy. And if they choose not to grow, then I mean, that's on them. So,
True.
yeah.
And I feel like by implementing these new tactics, those people will fall off the projects and the complainers. And that will
It's
make
true.
space for the people who will come in and fill your cup. So, I mean,
Mhm.
there is a benefit to this, and you will see the rewards. I mean, just a little bit that I've been kind of doing. Yeah, I feel good about myself and I don't feel drained or because I will like help somebody because I just feel like that's like what I should do. Like that's like the right human thing to do. But then afterwards,
Yeah.
like I feel, I don't know if guilty is really the word for it, but it's just like, why the fuck did I do that? Like they're not going to do anything with that,
Mm. Yeah.
And then I'm like down on myself. So like I'm very aware of it.
Yeah.
It's the people pleasing for sure.
Yeah.
And, you know, I've been really trying to work on stopping that and, you know, seeing that in the end, there is going to be a benefit to this. Like these people are going to fall off and not be so draining on my energy. And I will start bringing in people who are more fulfilling in all the ways, like emotionally, intellectually, like they're going to be good for me. But in the work of trying to stop people pleasing and be the fixer, because that's what
Yeah.
we are, it is hard. It is very hard work because people have become accustomed to us being that in their life.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so I think it is important to realize like you are going to have some people who push back. If you have some more aggressive people in your life, which I have had this recently as well, what's wrong with you? Why are you being such a bitch?
Girl, I will take these earrings off right now.
And so you will have that pushback on making these changes, and you need to be prepared for that and not internalize it. It's hard not to.
Mm,
I understand that, but it is self-preservation, and you have to look at it like, by doing this now, I'm setting myself up for success and amazing things in the future. It is hard. It is so fucking
yes.
hard because when people become accustomed to being able to drain your energy and get whatever they want from you, and then all of a sudden you're not available to them, ooh, some people do not take that at all, at all. And so if you're comfortable in just sitting in the silence and letting them work it out, like if you're having a conversation with somebody and just, you know, they're telling you their problem and you just sit there and like Mandy said, either just like, well, what do you think the solution is? Like putting it back on them, practicing that is
Yeah.
good. And just, you know, be ready for some of those tough conversations. Um, you're going to have to do a lot of mental preparedness beforehand in dealing with people. And
Yeah.
yeah, it'll be tough. It'll be very awkward, very uncomfortable. But just keep in mind, in the end, it is for the best. It is for your own well being. You cannot fix everybody. Like, you literally cannot fix everybody.
Right. Right.
Like, you just can't. And especially the people who are not giving anything back to you. Like, it's just not fair. And yeah, you don't want those people in your life, anyways. And I mean, if it is somebody you have to have in your life, like family, which we all have those too, um, just realizing that, you know, you can love and support them from a distance, and that's okay.
This is true. Yeah. I'd say true love, true partnership, true friendship requires equality. It's two self aware adults doing their own work.
Yeah.
And we need to be, ooh, boundary, boundary mantra. Okay. Still for another, still looking for another word for that. I'm available for partnership, not parenting. I
Ooh,
only had one child for because I only wanted one child.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I hate, like, yeah, in the relationships I've had, I think, you know, I'm very aware I brought it on myself, you know, because I've jumped in and been the fixer, which is definitely like more of a mothering role.
Yeah.
And I hate it. Like, I don't want to be some projects mom, like, I want to have a
Right.
partner, and the more you, like, let it go, and that's where you gotta realize is, like, these people or projects are not gonna change, okay? They're not going to suddenly get better and turn around and be the equal partner or friend that you need them to be. They're going to continue to drain you and put you even further into that fixer, mothering role, and I think that's a hard truth to realize is, like, a zebra doesn't change
Yeah.
its stripes. Like, it is what it
Oh,
is, and
yes.
you just gotta accept it. You
Yeah.
can't sit around and, like, this is one thing I've been really working on is, like, just accepting people for what and who they are, and not
Mm.
sitting around questioning, like, "Well, why? Why would they do that? Why?" There is no explanation for why. It just is what it is. Like, they are
Yeah.
who they are, they're doing what they wanna do, and that's it. Having that explanation isn't gonna change the outcome
Mm. Yeah.
because they're not going to change. Like, it just is not gonna happen. So, yeah. Damn,
I
I
think,
really got
and
some good
you
advice
talk
sometimes, and I need to be taking it.
the theory that you talked about in a previous episode is loss aversion. It's where people feel the pain of a loss more intensely than the pleasure of an equivalent gain, which leads them to prefer avoiding losses over pursuing the gains. So you might be in a situation, heads up listeners, you might be in a situation where you are experiencing loss aversion. You're like, oh, but I've put in so much time. Oh, but I put in all this work. Oh, all the things. And you're like, oh, that would just be such a loss. Cut your losses.
Yeah,
Cut your losses. The gains will be better. I mean, hello, mirror.
yeah.
So, I mean, as you
Yeah,
said or
because
alluded to, it's,
sorry.
oh, go ahead. No, go
I
ahead.
was just gonna say, by cutting those people out, that makes room for the healthy relationships to come in because other healthy people who are working on themselves and self-aware maybe see the type of people that are draining your energy and they don't want to be around that.
Mm, yeah,
So you'd be making space for the healthy relationships.
that's true.
I don't know.
I just want to encourage our listeners to, oh, and ourselves. I mean, let's be real. Notice where we're still trying to fix and practice stepping back.
Yeah,
Start
just
small. I
taking
mean,
a
you don't
deep
have to make,
breath.
yeah, take a deep breath. Maybe do a little reverse therapist, like you said. What do you think you need to do about it? What do you think is the appropriate thing to do? Where what kind of outcome do you want? Put it back on them. I mean, because in the end, they're going to have to figure it out, whether you're there or not. So, and I think it's important for us to realize we can love people. It's not about stopping loving them. We can still love them. We can wish them well and still walk away because the healing is their homework. It is not our homework. Nobody, I assure you, nobody is over here doing my homework. I am doing it all.
100%. Hmm.
So, yes.
Yeah, this really has resonated with me because this is something I struggle with hardcore of just not feeling like I need to jump in and help people all the time,
Yes.
friendships and projects alike. And
Oh, yeah.
yeah, just really taking that deep breath and doing the Uno reverse of
Yeah.
what do you think you could do for yourself? How could you help yourself?
Right.
You know?
Yes.
Yeah. Hmm. This is going to be hard, but we got this. It's going to be hard,
Yes.
but I
Yes.
can do it.
We have each other. Our listeners have us. We are a great community. We are pouring into each other and into you. This is the healthy relationship that you need. You do not need to be in fixer mode with us. You need to be focused on yourself and on your own work, your own homework, all of those things. I
Yeah.
think that's important to recognize.
Yeah. Tell us how you maybe try to implement some of these tactics over the next couple weeks. Like a situation that
Yeah.
came up and you Uno reverse somebody to make them be their own therapist. Like,
Yes. So we want to hear about it.
yeah, give some
Yeah.
encouragement to some of the other listeners and that it is okay. Like, and tell us what the outcome was. Did the world blow up? You know, did their head pop off? Like, I bet it was all fine.
Right? Exactly. Exactly. All right. Well, share this episode with somebody else who can use it. I'm sure there are many out in the world, and we thank you for listening.
Yes. Thank
We
you.
will see you on the next episode of Emotionally Evicted.
You've been listening to Emotionally Evicted. Thank you for being here. For more resources, stories, and ways to reclaim your life, head over to shereclaims.com and check out other episodes on emotionallyevicted.com or wherever you find your favorite podcasts.